Hey kids, post-editing Uncle Fezzy here. I need to make this perfectly clear. This is not a fix for this problem. This is an issue. I kind of play it off a little bit in the other end of the video. The truth of the matter is this is a problem for some people. For me, it's more of a first generation production model foible. But it is an issue, and I can guarantee that it would cause panic. It caused me to panic. So I'm not saying don't get it fixed. I'm just saying that it's not an emergency, but it's probably not a bad idea to get it looked at by the dealer so you have a paper trail of this as being an issue. That's all. Okay, so two things. One is I upgraded and updated the sunglasses holder. Okay. So there's my sunglasses holder. These edges tell me that they want to be radiused, so there might be a third iteration of this thing. And here's the other thing. When I make a mistake, when I'm an idiot, I own up to it. Well, I had a kind of little bit of a moment today, and of course I went right to the bad place. But the other thing here is this is a fix. It's a temporary fix for an obvious problem. So I had read before I bought this thing that they have HVAC issues. Well, on the way, I went to the dealer this morning to get this key for my center console here. And everything was great. Everything was fine. I drove this thing 300 and some miles over the last couple days. And I'm on my way home from Harbor Freight because, you know, what's life without a trip to Harbor Freight for buy tools for a brand new car that you already have those tools. I don't want dirty tools in my new car. So let me show you what happened and how the internet fixed it. A Facebook post, actually. So, well, the other thing that went weird was, see if it'll come back up. The tire warning light came back up. So what had happened was, I'm actually going to turn this down. So what had happened was I'm driving down the road, or actually I was sitting in a parking, oh, there it is, overpressure. They must have filled the tires when it was cold. I'm not worried about that. It's not an overpressure. That's what the tire pressure should really kind of be around. I just reset it, parked here. I have to drive it and it'll reset itself. So I'm driving, I leave Harbor Freight, I get in the car, I just pushed auto when I got in the car to turn the air conditioner on. Didn't think anything of it, and it started pumping out heat, a lot of heat. Like, whoa, holy shit, I got heat, I don't have air conditioning. So I played with the knobs, right, to try to get it to do something. The knob I didn't play with is this one. I mean, I did this and this, but I didn't go all the way over. So I went on Facebook, and apparently when it's doing nothing but pumping heat, which is what this was doing, you need to turn the heater control valve all the way to defrost. There's a little blend door in there that moves the air throughout the different vents. Well, apparently on the Grenadier with this box, either the motors are weak, this is possible, or the foam is dragging somewhere, the sealant foam is dragging somewhere inside the box. It makes sense. I've gotten into this before. This isn't special. I like to toot my own horn. 30 years of experience. I knew exactly that something was fucky with the blend doors right away. So this has a blend door, and it has actually has a heater control valve, which I think is bizarre, but it has both. So what I ended up, so I go on Facebook, and the reason that you put it on defrost is default. There's two things that are default with all heaters. One is defrost is always default. The other is high is default. So for the sake of argument, if the resistor block burns out on your blower motor, You will still have defroster. It'll only work on high, but you'll still have a defroster because that's straight 12 volts. And that's, so what I did was I turned, because it was pumping nothing but heat. Now this knob does nothing. It was blasting heat. So I turned that all the way over to defrost. Not this button. This button. This is an electric heater. So it heats up faster. This is where it is, all the way over to defrost. Turn it all the way to cool, and then incrementally step up the fan. Right? Now it's blasted. Defrost. Okay? Then if you turn it back down, you can turn it back to where you want it, and then you can turn the fan back up. Don't crank it all the way to high, because I think that's what's screwing it up. A little further clarification here. You can put it on high, but automatic, I think, is the issue. So interestingly enough, when you put it on automatic, if you hit auto, the fan becomes even more powerful. The blower motor in this thing is incredibly powerful. I mean, it sounds like a jet engine in there. And it feels like it. I mean, it's really blowing. When it's on auto, it's like, whoa, holy crap. When it's on high, it's like pretty beefy, but when it's on auto, it is just incredibly powerful. And I think that's what it's doing. So when it gets in auto, the blend doors start going, and then bang in one direction or bang in the other. I'm thinking bang in the heat direction because that's the way it's doing it. So yeah, just a little clarification there. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about it, but because it is a brand new car and they should have figured that out. But it's more of a foible than a recallable issue. I mean, it is kind of a recallable issue, but it's more of a, you push too many buttons at one time. It's like when you were a kid and you pushed every button in the elevator before they had automatic wait, whatever. Well, that's what I did, and I panicked. And I got home. I sat down. I actually stopped at the dealer because I had gone to the dealer. I went to Home Depot and I went back to the dealer because it was on the same road. The service manager at the dealership was a great guy, and he tried a different way to do it by moving the switches or moving the controls. But yeah, it didn't fly. The other, I think, is auto. I think auto might be it's like it blasts even higher with the auto fan on. So like 4 is high, auto is like, sounds like a jet engine in here. That's how I knew that it wasn't something, that it was something stupid, something mechanical. And like I said, I've run into this before. Usually one of the other things that happens is the foam wears out, the sealant foam wears out on the blend door, and then the fuckers are whistle. Ooh. Now, there we go. My another Bush League panic. More fun to come.